morning and welcome, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Hump Day Wednesday. I hope it finds you well out there. Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. The website at allamericangold.com. I will tell you another record high in silver.
Big time.
Yeah, right? I mean, what touched $66 now? Remember, I've been telling you guys, it's not like I've been telling you for like a week. I've been telling you for months. Hey, the only question for silver, there's really only one question. Was it going to be closer to 100 or closer to 50? Right? Which put 75 in the middle. Okay. We're already to 66. I will still say that I'm hoping. Here's what's weird. I'm hoping that it stays below 75 before the end of the year. I mean, it is the 17th. It could get very ugly very quickly. That's all I'm going to say. The amount of silver being taken for delivery, the next delivery date. So we told you the other day, December, never, ever, ever had the world demanded so much delivery of silver in the December contracts. March is the next delivery date. So as people start counting, doing math, I would not be surprised at all if we hit $100 in the first quarter. That is on the table. The question just is how fast, unless I don't know, some kind of meltdown in the world and everybody stops AI and data centers and solar and electric. I mean, if we just stop everything, then maybe not. Jason, it's literally unavoidable.
Closer to 50 or closer to 125, maybe. Maybe you can do that now.
Well, I don't,
Yeah, I mean, what is the middle of that? That is, what, about $90 or somewhere in the middle of that? No, about 85.
Yeah.
It could be 85 by the end of the year. It could be 85 by the end of the year.
I'm hoping that they get at least some form of a grip on it, because as these markets go in these directions like this, then you see wild things happening. And again, I think, they've raised margins, right? They've done all the old stuff that used to work. And I kept saying, I don't think it works. I mean, I guess you could force majeure, say, hey, well, they're not going to make deliveries, but people need the silver.
Yeah.
Right? Tesla needs silver. Samsung needs silver. Apple needs silver. Oracle needs silver. Google needs silver. What is that Facebook guy? I forget, what does they call it in his company now? Meta needs silver.
Silver started the year at 29. If silver were to actually get to 87 this year, that means silver will have tripled in 1 year. Just got to get to 87, and it'll have tripled from the beginning of 2025, which we started the year, believe it or not, we started the year at $29. It's an incredible year, huh, Joe? Incredible year for silver.
By the way, the gold numbers were in as well. I guess if there's a little good news, the physical gold deliveries still, again, massive, but not as bad, right? So gold, not as bad of a economics 101 position as silver is in. But again, I think we're just really laying down the foundation here for $100 silver, $5,000 gold, right? That's 50 to 1. And to Jason's point, silver could be 125, could be 150. I'm watching these numbers, and here's the scary part. This is truly scary. Is I could make a case for $300 silver, and I'm not talking some outrageous, right, monkey's got to fly out of my butt and all of this, if these 500 things happen, silver's going to be $300. That's not what I'm talking about. Literally, you have, I don't know, a mining accident at the wrong mine. You have a strike at the wrong mine. Something as little as that could set this whole thing off. If you have more companies doing what Samsung is doing, which, listen, I'm telling you already, I know Elon, Tesla, those guys are doing the same thing. They are going.
Elon's trying to buy silver mines.
They're going right to the mines. Remember, China now says, listen, don't even refine it anymore. Right? We'll pay you like you refined it. Now China's like, we'll pay you more. Look out, everybody. It is the unraveling of fiat money. I know you want it to be something else, but it isn't. We'll be back. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason again here on this Wednesday as the Christmas holiday next week, right? It's obviously going to be, we're going to be closed Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and
Friday.
Then the following week, right? New Year's, right? Same thing. So we're going to be on a short schedule here. If you guys want to get in, which I'll say this, in my opinion, silver's going to move at least another $10 an ounce between now and New Year. So, yeah, today may be the day you decide you want to get in. Let's take a quick look at the markets. The Dow's down 90. The S&P's down 50. The Nasdaq's down 273. More bad news for Oracle today, which has the Nasdaq and the S&P down as Blue Owl Capital is pulling out of a $10 billion data center deal in Michigan that Oracle is behind. And again, we kind of worrying here. Are we in an AI bubble, a data center bubble? I'm going to say yes, of course. This is what we tend to do with anything. Remember the dot-com bubble. Let's not forget that, right? A lot of similarities there. We'll see what happens. The 10-year note, 416. Crude oil's up $1 as Venezuela now, they're a terrorist country. And full oil blockade, oil's up $1. Remember, oil got below 55. Here's the thing. That's not enough. Right? We in order to keep layoffs out of the oil industry in the United States, we probably need to see oil above 60 and probably closer to 65 or 70. But right now, up $1, 56 and change. Crypto on the back leg a little bit again today, just in hovering around, right? Bitcoin seems to, between 85 and 92,000 right now at 86. Gold's up 30, 43, 35. Silver, it's only up $2. Yeah, you heard me right. $2.08. 65.75. Platinum up 47, 18.88. Palladium up 45 at 16.26. I have, yesterday we were running those $10 Liberties on sale. and I didn't sell all of them. I've got 15 $10 Liberties left. And I'm going to sell them at yesterday's price of $22.50. That actually will make two $10 Liberties less than a 20 right now. The 20s, they're on sale at 45 and a quarter. You can pick up the last 15 $10 gold pieces at, what did I say, $22.50? Is that what I said, $22.50? Is that right? Let me just double check my math here. Yep, that is correct.
The numbers move so fast.
Wow. You know what, that's used to be... That used to be a really expensive $20 gold piece. Now it's a cheap $10 piece at 800-951-0592. We didn't get any real good data out. We did get some data today on housing, refinance, and applications to purchase homes. Both were down week over week. Believe it or not, and again, that's what I've been telling you, mortgage rates went up. The Fed cut. Mortgage rates went higher. So, again, I don't think we're going to see anything there. We're waiting on inflation data that will be coming out later this week. Anything that looks anything close to less inflation, I think you're going to see the odds of rate cuts skyrocket again. We need more of them. I hope you're getting ready for more of them. Again, there's no speculating. There's no guessing. We're going to have much higher silver and gold prices in the next 90 days. Period. Why? Why am I saying that? Well, Economics 101, first of all, supply and demand. Second, money printing. Matter of fact, now the Republicans became this subsidy thing, this healthcare subsidy won't go away. Republicans now starting to break rank in the House to say, hey, we got to do it. I don't know. Listen, guys, I don't even have a guess as to what the real rate of inflation is, because the government has covered up so much of it with subsidies and whatnot. This was a COVID era subsidy, right? This wasn't like something from 2008 or, a relic of Obamacare. This is something they did, when they were throwing all that money around during COVID. Yeah. I don't know. If they put it this way, if the Republicans do it, that'll actually further my case. Because that'll be some more inflation that they can lie about. Think about it. Well, if the government pays for it, then it really wasn't inflation, was it? Well, at least for the people that didn't have it. But be smart here. U.S. Silver Eagles, let's just talk about it. $1,475. $1,475. I think, don't be surprised if we see a roll of Silver Eagles crest $1,500 this week. So if you want to still get in at a lower price, that's what it's at today. Of course, the $10 Liberties, with the remainder at $22.50 at 800-951-0592. It is Wednesday, so we do talk text it today. We had the call again yesterday. Bobby's over in Puerto Rico. By the way, Puerto Rico, a very friendly crypto place to be. You don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico, right? Because it's kind of like
U.S. territory.
Yeah, that every once in a while let's make it the 51st state, right? And then apparently now we want Canada to be the 51st state.
You know, the reason that you don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico is because it's a U.S. territory. If you needed a passport to go to U.S. territory, that it would mean that you would need a passport to go to Washington, D.C. So that's why they did that. They don't want you to have a passport to go to the capital.
So, yeah. Why was Bobby there? Well, I guess I can tell you. I mean, he told everybody, hey, I think I'm going to be crypto rich, and I'd rather be taxed in Puerto Rico than in the United States because it would save me hundreds of millions of dollars. Probably tells you all you need to know about whether or not they're worried. I will say that some things, I think good things happened. New rules in place that will allow us to spend money more wisely going forward. For anybody that doesn't sponsor one person, just one, in a 90-day period, you won't be eligible to receive the end of the week bonuses. Every Saturday, the 369, right? You get hash, you can get cash, you can get TXC. Essentially, they're like, hey, we probably should have been on this sooner, didn't realize how many of these, what I'll call earlier adapters, getting all kinds of free stuff and a lot of them hadn't even referred anybody. So I think it's a pretty good thing. We're going to essentially save a lot of money, which we can use elsewhere. The other big thing, listen, we keep talking about the utility of Texas coin. And we had another test last week. It went extremely well. We have the ability right now to start rolling out the next phase of this project. We talked about it last week a little bit on the half-empty cup. And really, it's very simple. Whether it's cities, whether it's fairs and festivals, the board of cities, Chamber of Commerce, all of these other groups, the ability to accept and create what we'll call, whether it's downtown digital dollars, tokens, whatever word you want to use, that they circulate within their own communities, that allow for people to essentially trade goods and services without the bank, and to do it for free. In other words, we are giving it away. Anybody can do it. Jason and I were talking about it. Listen, we're already gearing up. We have probably going to be a month because we're in the process of getting our shopping carts changed for the better. You guys will probably create a Patriot token and just allow you guys and for us to trade goods and services and not get whacked with fees from the banks. I'll tell you more about it when we get back. 800-951-0592. U.S. Silver Eagle rolls $14.75. $10 Liberties, whatever is left, at $22.50. When you look at the price, can't get the cheapest thing we got on the menu today. Two $10 pieces at $4,500. As you know, you got gold, right? $4,300. Bump it up on $4,350. Silver bumping up on $66. And again, we keep telling you, listen, I don't care. You can pretend that everything is wonderful, right? That I guess we can believe Venezuela is a terrorist nation, and right, wars and blockades, and that gold and silver, copper are flying out the door, that countries are no longer showing up to our auction. Think about it. Listen, I could get it. When we launched quantitative easing during the economic crisis, right? During the financial crisis. Well, there was a crisis, right? Then they had to do it again because there was a crisis in the bond market, and then immediately after, we had a thing called COVID, right? Another crisis. Fast forward to today. No crisis. Right? Is there a crisis? I don't think so. Right?
Maybe one's bubbling up here. Maybe one's
right. But everyone's allowed to go to work and everything else and blah blah blah, and no one's wearing masks anymore. I don't know.
Buildings aren't falling down.
Buildings aren't falling down. Planes aren't randomly crashing into them. I mean, you know what I'm saying. There's no crisis yet. Quantitative easing's already back. And it's not back a little bit. $40 billion a month. And it started immediately.
I don't know why, Joe, but does $40 billion for some reason sound like a small number? It sounds like a small number, doesn't it? It doesn't sound like just the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. If you actually believe that that's the high watermark, you're insane. You're truly insane. And I get it. It is very hard to look at reality. If you don't want to get hammered, you think this thing with Oracle is it ending or just beginning? And of course, if it's happening to Oracle, you don't think it's happening with everybody else? Okay. Sure. Believe that if you'd like. Is anybody really hiring out there? Anybody really? Anyone? I'm asking honestly. You know the answer, no. They're not hiring anyone. They are going to print us into oblivion. Why? Because it's the easiest path. Make sure for the money you've already earned, you've put gold and silver away. Pick the amount. How much of your capital, okay, do you want to preserve? However much you decide, that's going to give you the same buying power that you had when you bought it. That's it. That's why, Jason and I always say, well, gold and silver don't make you rich. You already got to kind of be rich to have it. What it does is gold and silver allows you to stay that way. And I'll give you the easiest example, right? You got, pick the amount. 50,000, 100,000, 250,000 in the bank every day, month after month. You've got it under your mattress. You got it in the vault at your house. Heck, I don't even know. Some of you still bury money. By the way, that really stinks. I'll just say that wow. Yeah, you want to talk about pungent. Bury money and then dig it up a year or two later. Yeah. There's no way to get rid of the smell of dirt. It's amazing. And I don't care how you wrap it.
Cash absorbs, that the paper absorbs things really well.
Yeah,
absorbs.
Yes. I don't care how well you wrapped it either. It just does. I don't know why. I'm sure there's some scientific reason, but nonetheless, think about it. How much does that $100,000 from 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, how much does it really get you?
6 years ago, 2019.
Yeah. Right.
We doubled the money supply in 2020, going into 2021. We doubled the money supply. And I think what we're looking at, Joe, is probably having to do the same thing. So if we have to double the money supply again, it's been 6 years. Remember Don Fletcher? Don Fletcher laid out every 10 years, the goal of this system is to double the money supply every 10 years. So we're 6 years beyond. We're 5 years plus beyond COVID. So we're getting close to that 10-year mark, Joe. It's time to double the money supply again.
Yeah, it's coming. Like a freight train. They're all but jumping up and down, telling you that it's coming. The world has had enough. Do you think, let me ask you, here's another great point of why you're going to, do you think the thing with Venezuela, you think that helps or hurts? Just curious. Forget about everything else. I don't know. Should we be doing that? I don't know. I don't live there. I don't know. But you know what I do know? The rest of the world's watching.
Yep.
And you know what they're saying? Yeah, there's another reason why we don't want to have dollars. There's another reason why the unit, remember the unit? We told you it's here. Gold-backed, digital gold-backed BRICS currency. Yeah.
I think it's more than that, Joe, and I think it's more than that.
Yeah.
The oil prices you've been talking about, when you're trying to inflate the money system to get out of your debt problem, you can't have a bunch of free, cheap oil coming out of Venezuela. You got to stop it, right? I think that's a big part of it.
Makes sense, doesn't it? We'll be back. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour, Joe and Jason on this Wednesday. So we're talking about, okay, here's the need, right? You got to protect what you already have. That's what gold and silver's for. Now, how do you pay for everything as the cost continues to escalate? And this is why I said there's only a couple of answers. Work more jobs or more hours. Find a way to get more income. One of the solutions we think's awesome is becoming a miner with Texacoin. Why? Because it's really when you think about passive income, it's usually a fairy tale, right? I want to get more money, but I don't want to have to do anything. Texacoin lets you do that. You become a miner, you don't have to do squat. You get income every single day. Now, the gamble is it going to be worth anything in the future, right? That's the test. I mean, I'll say this. I still think Texacoin's going to be over $1,000. That's where I'm at right now. That's what, if you say, put a gun to Joe's head, what do you think? That's what I think. We're going to find out really quickly. On the call last night, Bobby said, hey, we're not going to name names on the call. And then maybe he named some names. But we're getting ready to start inking deals. Dotting I's, crossing T's. The next phase of this project will start in January. You will start seeing communities tokenizing TXT. That is coming. And as I explained to people last week how it works, we have all of the solutions to show them how to do it, how to accept it, how the users buy it, how the merchants can accept it, and how it goes back into their checking accounts. We built the easy button. Have other cryptos built easy buttons? Kinda. Yeah, there's layer 2 cryptos out there. I mean, when you think about all the cryptos created, there's not very many, right? Because there's been, 100,000, 200,000 cryptos. I don't even know how many cryptos have been created. Not very many. But what makes us different, none of them, okay, ready? None of them provide you any help in doing it. None. You're on your own. How many communities will do that? Excuse me, I had a sneeze. How many communities would do that? None. Too risky. What if I need help? What if something goes wrong? This is the beauty of it. I think it's probably one of the biggest. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze again.
You're good.
Radio, man. Live radio. I can't help it. But one of the things that people, I guess the naysayers don't like, we have people in charge. Bobby Gray ultimately is, it's not, we're really not a company, but he's, call him the CEO, but he's just the guy that's in charge. Why is that important? And I think the answer is pretty simple. It's important because this allows us to go out to these communities and show them how to do it. And that literally is the biggest thing that makes TexitCoin unique. Is it something that, I guess, if you're a crypto purist, for lack of a better word, if you're a crypto purist, I guess you're like, well, I don't like that because, we don't want anybody in charge. See, but we're not in charge. Bobby's not in charge of the value. Bobby's not, listen, it has all the same things. There's only X amount of coins that can be made every day. Bobby doesn't control that. We do, what does Bobby control? Building the mine, paying the commissions, promoting the coin, and of course now getting us out into the communities to get ready to start launching phase 2. And those are the things I think that is going to make TexitCoin just so incredibly valuable because no one else does it. And I think the timing of it is incredible, right? We're sitting here on a precipice of everything so expensive.
Hey, Joe, real quick
Yeah.
interruption at the end of the segment. I see silver's at $66.30 now. You might have to change prices, Joe.
Well, that would be a price change. Oh, my gosh. Up to almost $275 now.
Oh, no, you're updated from where I'm at. I saw you're $66.70 or 80 cents now, right? Wow.
Okay.
Or 50 cents.
66, yeah, 66, almost 66.40.
Wow. Silver's
Well, I said 1,500 by the end of the week, and maybe by the end of the day. 800-951-0592. Better hurry. U.S. Silver Eagles, $1,475. You may want to run $10 Liberties, the few that are remaining at $22.50 at 800-951-0592. As the Japanese bond, the 10-year note, getting ready to break 2%. Remember, the 19th, gosh, that's where we're going to find out Japan's going to raise rates. That's the end of the gift card promotion for TexitCoin. We're almost at the point. We're so close that 2 rolls of silver. 2 rolls of silver could literally get you a 3-pack of Texit coin. I mean, we're not there yet. But
almost.
But almost. I mean, remember a $20 gold piece, when we first started in May, $20 gold piece was like a 3-pack.
Yes.
Right? Now we're way past that. Right? Way past that.
6 rolls of Silver Eagles for a 9-pack.
Right? I mean, come on. I mean, we're almost there. We are almost there. But again, daily income. The naysayers say it won't work. Can't be done. You know, it was everything from a Ponzi to a pump and dump to a rug pull, pyramid, right? They threw all this stuff out, and none of it was true. I did talk to my buddy Steve, the dude. We're on track. We're on track. They think they're going to be hashing in 2 of the mega mines before Christmas, and stage 2, layer 2. So many people. And I've got it. See, here's the thing. I know Bobby tells people stuff on these calls and all that, but I have other people inside, you know, that can kind of, hey, is this really happening? Are you seeing this, right? You know, just as a double check, it's just nice to have. When I tell you there are so many people lining up, we're actually having another. Bobby wasn't the only one that was trying to get people to get out of the banking system. You know, going back to 2008, going back when he testified in front of Congress with Ron Paul and, you know, leave our money alone because, you know, look at what they're doing. Look at what Jason and I are talking about. Leaving your money in the bank or leaving it in your safe. You're getting killed. You're getting killed. Leave our money alone. And now we're sitting here talking about so many people. We've got people moving to McKinney that were experts in doing this like Bobby was. That's how many people want to sign up. Why? It is what they say was our biggest, you know, the crypto people out there, our biggest weakness. Oh, there's somebody in charge and blah, 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 and he can do this or that or blah, blah, blah. It's our biggest strength. It actually is what is going to make this work. Why? Because as a business owner, I can tell you, I need somebody to call when things go wrong. I think it's brilliant.